I noticed that Gloria Velez has a podcast that's being aired on Vlad's channel. And it made me think about something. I know like during the pandemic, kind of everybody was trying to figure out things to do from home. But I just wanted to get your take on pretty much everybody nowadays having a podcast. And if you feel like it's beneficial because fans can see more about, people they're into, or if you think it's harder to deal with because there's so many stories out there at the same time.
Yeah. Man, it's good and bad. It's all about your taste and what you believe, I guess. Vlad got a interview going over there with 1 million views right now from a guy that's talking about flying UFOs and sightings and stuff like that. I would never listen to it. I mean, I couldn't even click and listen to it and all of that because I don't believe in UFOs and aliens and all of that. My point is, so I said it's a little bit of something for everybody. Everybody be like, oh, motherfucker, we listening up here, listening to a cop. They think he's a gangster and no one, cops gangsters and all that, but I don't think I'm no gangster or anything. But I ain't no bitch either. But my point is, so there's something for everybody. I don't like certain YouTubers and stuff like that. Y'all gotta remember, Gloria, whatever her name is, this is the bitch that's up there talking about she got sacrificed or was going to get sacrificed, and Tupac saved her from getting sacrificed.
Allegedly, when he was, going to this meeting, he was kind of pleading for my life. Some of these people, to be down with the cause, you got to sacrifice people, which is insane to me. And allegedly, they told him, there come a dime a dozen of her. She could be replaced. I don't care if she's pregnant. You can get a pretty young thing and it's no big deal. So allegedly, he said, no, I'll be damned. I'm not going to do that. I love her. I'll die for her. So they went back and forth and back and forth. And allegedly, it was said, it's going to happen if you like it or not. So he buys me a white dress to go to the event, right? And the day of the event now, we're getting dressed and he's extra antsy and very mean to me. I mean, he was mean, but he was mean. So the day of it, we're getting dressed and we're leaving the hotel and we're waiting outside in front for our limo. And Casey and JoJo was standing outside waiting for their limo as well. And Aaron was just grabbing me and just being aggressive, and I hate this dress. And I'm like, you bought it for me. Like, what are you, like, you crazy? Like, what's going on? Like, why are you he was so angry. He wanted to argue with me, but I wasn't giving it to him. I was not. There was something eerie in the air for me that it was just something different. And Casey and JoJo was talking to him and trying to calm him down and pray with him. So right there, that was kind of a God sent of angel of both of them, trying to calm him down, pray with him, talk to him, and trying to refocus his mind. So I say this before we go into the venue. When he was pleading for my life and telling that, he doesn't want nothing happening to me, but he's still taking me to the venue. I went over this over and over in my head. Why would he take me? Why would he put a white dress on me? It's like, dressing the lamb and giving her to the wolves. You know what I'm saying? But I would never put my loved one in that situation, knowing that you're going into the wolves' den. You know what's going to happen. You know what they want to do. But you should have take me home on a plane or say, leave me alone. Don't ever talk to me. I play that back over and over again. The ride to I could honestly remember how I felt, the scared young girl, petrified, just emotionally distraught, but so in love with him at the time. That limit of sacrificing a person shouldn't be ever.
Right.
So we go in the car, we drive to the venue, we pull up. He grabs my hand. The same thing he always says, look at me, don't look at no man. An aggressive person that, super controlling. The same routine. We walk in. So when we walk in, before we enter the venue, of all the people and the cameras and all the family that's sitting down at the tables, this old lady was walking out, being escorted out actually. A mature lady, she was like in the 70s or 80s-year-old, had an entourage, and she stopped Aaron and I. She grabbed my belly, and I was only 4 months, but super skinny. I wasn't even showing. And she says, "Don't worry, your son is going to be all right. He's going to be healthy and he's going to be good," which we didn't know if we're having a boy or a girl. Then she looks at Aaron and tells him, "You know what? You be good to her and you protect her." And she prayed on us. That's God. God sent an angel right there because his whole demeanor changed. Because he was trying to get angry in the car. He was trying to start a fight, maybe to justify what's going to happen or was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You know, I play that over and over in my mind. Like, if that lady didn't stop, or, you know, if she didn't say a prayer, or Casey and Jojo didn't pray outside the hotel, you know, that was God sending him, like, you know, what are you doing, Aaron? You know what I mean? You know of God. You know what I mean? You come from church.
Right,
so we walk into the venue. Cameras, you know, video cameras, taking pictures. So we greet people, still by his side. We walk into the back of the venue, you know, because there's a stage, and so we walk in the back of the stage. He pulls a chair to the side of you see the stage, and there's the back entrance when you're performing and you're waiting to go on stage. So he puts a chair, sit here. I said, okay. But he was serious and aggressive. I was like, damn, he's like, I'm still have no idea. I'm oblivious of what's going on or what's going to happen or what they tend to do. This female, like, runs towards Aaron, and then he walks her halfway, grabs her, and they start talking, and they're in each other's face. So a 17-year-old's mind, you know what I'm thinking? They fucking. You know what I'm saying? Right? She's approaching, she's screaming, so I'm thinking, oh, I'm here, I'm pregnant. Right. You know, she's upset, Aaron's a hoe, you know, he's the nasty man, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, listen, what's so crazy and mind-boggling to me, like, I would never hit Aaron back, even though he was physically, you know, physical with me. But anybody else that would confront me, I would fight. I was a fighter. I was brave. But with him, I didn't step up for myself until I had my child. Then I was like, enough is enough. But so when she was screaming, and I was like, what up, bitch? Let's go, you know? So that was my mentality. That's hot. Even though I was pregnant, I was like, let's go, bitch. So I'm thinking Aaron's fucking her. She's upset. I'm here. He brought me here. So the mood changed. People started moving towards Aaron and I, men. And then I said, ooh, it felt eerie. I said, something's different. This is not you know, I'm fucking your man. It's a, you know, when you're hard, you feel something's wrong.
Right. Okay.
And then, so I shut up quick. I like was looking at the room and seeing, I'm trying to figure out what's really going on. Because I see the fear now in Aaron's face. Like, shut the up. You know what I mean? So I see the fear that it's more than just they fucking, right? So within the commotion and people started moving towards, and you see the dudes, Pac runs. He runs towards Aaron, grabs up the girl, and says, nobody f***ing touch her. Points to me. And he goes, she's family, she's Aaron's wifey. I told you nobody fucking touches her. So I looked and I was like, my mind's like, what the fuck is going on? He drags her out the side of the door. You know, there's always like back entrance to lead outside. And it was a back entrance, and a lot of people follow. When Pac moves, people follow. And they followed him outside. You know, my heart's racing because, you know, your senses tell you something's wrong. That this is not right. You know, especially the people that you see around in the back. You know, it's not like we're in blue tuxedos. You know, we're in an all-white party. You know, we got some thugs. We got some gangsters. You know, it's real live shit that can go pop off. And I got that, but I didn't know how real it was going to get. Or what they wanted to do, I should say. So Pac comes in and comes up to us and be like, you know, you guys are good. And looks at Aaron and says, don't stay long. Like dead up like that, don't stay long. And then hugged us and then went on stage. And he's my God. Not knowing at that point he was my angel. He saved my life. I mean, I'm happy that Aaron stood up and grabbed and he was like, no. You know, but I'm mad that he brought me there anyways, you know, because he had a choice. You know, God always gives you a choice. Demons always give you a fucking choice.
At a Death Row Mother's Day event. At a Death Row Mother's Day. Where my mama at, Suge's mama at, and a whole bunch of people, mama from the city of Compton and inner city areas. and Jimmy Iovine's wife, and people like that. I mean, important people, rich people, poor people, good people, middle class people, every category of people at this event. But she wanted to use Tupac's name so bad, which, you know, it's kind of hard for me to hate on her because she was saying Pac saved her. You know, but from a sacrifice at a death row event where a bunch of guys are going to run a train on her, and so she know how popular and how big Tupac's name is, and how he was going to set up and save her. And so she wanted to get fame and get some notoriety because she know y'all mention that, y'all gonna go and listen, right? That's some crazy shit, y'all. We got a YouTuber out there, and Vlad too was listening and talking to this dude. Were they over there talking about having sex with people's wives and stuff, and it's okay. And I don't even care that he nutted in my wife. And what do you call it? Cream puffed her or cream? I don't even know that term. Well, he nutted it. We call it nut. Came all in her. And he's up there laughing about it and pretty much making a mockery of it. And these are YouTubers that we all listen to. We got TV shows on TV where I can only think of one show, and I think they slipped one in on me right now that I watch. Not reality shows, because there's some of them. I'm talking about regular TV shows that I can't find. I think of where a gay person not in the show or a character in the show. The one that I said that might have slipped in on me was BMF. I used to always say BMF didn't have one in, but I think the limo driver was supposed to have been a female dyke. I don't know. Maybe y'all can tell me. She got killed, so they have to write somebody else in. But my point to all of this is, man, I think it's good to have these different platforms, and you know what D Nice did, I think was great. I think Zooms on jobs and stuff like that from the pandemic was great and all of that. But we got to really watch what's getting put in our heads. And how people putting things out there to make it seem as okay and normal. Let me tell y'all, it's not cool for your wife to be having sex with other men. I ain't talking about a girl you was with prior to that. You know, ain't none of us. If you didn't get them out of high school, generally they done been with another man, right? But when you up there bragging and talking and putting out there to the world and talking about it's normal and it's okay, that your wife having sex with other men and then coming home kissing you. Oh, she wouldn't have did that. Even if that's their job. You don't watch it. You don't go and watch it and have your friends watching it. And I feel for our young kids, and I feel for you, a lot of you guys that's on here that's watching this, to what people are pushing and putting out there. That's the only problem I have with the different platforms and too much other platforms and stuff. And because a lot of people can just sit up and talk to something, then we get hypnotized to it and thinking it's okay. How many of y'all really got up this Sunday and went to church? I didn't. I was online and watched it. So I'm not saying, but the values, even if you're a Scientologist or whatever, what, you know, get something to keep you grounded. Have something in your life to keep you grounded, where anybody can just put and say anything and it becomes factual to you. That's all I ask. And that's all I ask you to be mindful of. I try, you know, I know I say a lot of stuff for shock value and say stuff that I shouldn't, but also show things in like speeches and stuff that people give that I say, go look and try to be. Always tell y'all on the holidays, go and make contact and give your mother or your father a chance. Try to reach out. Do the right thing with your kids. Try to be a good man to your wife or your husband. Try to do that right. or say positive things to people. So I try to slide that in and talk about it and throw it in. I don't sit up here really and try to push Bible or politics on you because I know that's a big turnoff. But just kind of watch what y'all watching. But Gloria, y'all remember what she said, y'all? Y'all remember that? But then we supposed to forget that and then listen to everything else that she said. All right. We supposed to go and idolize a YouTube channel where a guy talking, bragging openly in most of his conversations about swinging parties. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Definitely don't want my son listening to shit like that. And he's 22. Y'all think about it. I ain't gonna preach. I know a lot of stuff I say, y'all be like, oh man, you just as stupid. You might be right on some things. But I'm not gonna tell you nothing that, in my opinion, that's gonna get you put in hell. Yeah.